Kitty man, I had a flow. Drip that's water, call that boss. You try my squad and they gon' be in cost. You better be prepared to take a loss. I left my enemies dripping, but it ain't sauce. It ain't sauce, no it ain't sauce. Yeah, enemies dripping, but it ain't sauce. No it ain't sauce, no it ain't sauce. Yeah, enemies dripping, but it ain't sauce. It ain't sauce, it ain't sauce.
Hello people, it's your boy Austin Smitty and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing Avatar: The Last Airbender remake on Netflix, the series. This is going to be a quick one. I don't really have a lot to say on this, not too much. And also this is going to be, I'm gonna say, a non-spoiler review in a way, but then again, it's not really anything for me to spoil because most of the people that watch this are actual fans, and the people that aren't fans and are just casuals and are just getting into the world of Avatar, well, leave the video, come back, leave the video, watch the show, come back, form your own opinion, then watch my video and see if I say some points that you like. But off the bat, is Avatar: The Last Airbender good? Does it live up to the original? Is it terrible? Is it bad? Is it terrible? Is it bad? Is it okay? Is it good? Is it excellent? My answer is the show is okay. It's okay. I just got done finishing it. Once again, yeah, it's okay. All I really have to say is, like I do with every other, whenever I talk about them remaking a show or remaking a movie, it is unnecessary, and we need to stop making remakes of stuff that is already perfect. Disney, I'm mostly talking to you, but we need to stop doing this. The show is okay. I mean, my main issue with the show is the show wants the live action show can't decide if it wants to be its own thing or if it wants to okay, let me say it this way. If the show can't decide if it wants to fully live up to the original and just do the original, or if it wants to just do its own thing. Because I feel like the show is on speed. Like, the show feels like it is moving so fast. Like, it is unbelievable. Like, it's like we go through so many plot points and so many plot lines. Like we just go through multiple scene. Certain things are just skimmed over, or certain things are just sped up to be like, okay, we gotta get to this moment in time. We gotta get to this. 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 We gotta have Aang do this. We have to have Aang do this. We have to have Aang do this. We have to have Katara do this. We have to have Zuko do this. We have to. It's like they're trying to hit every single beat of the show, but either they're rushing through it, or they just cut out the stuff that actually was important, or they'll cut out the character development that led up to certain things, or they'll just leave it out completely. They just leave stuff out completely. And I'm just like, why? Okay, spoiler alert. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have been hearing about this, but Aang doesn't learn waterbending. He never learns waterbending. And if you know the original show, throughout the episodes, Aang learns how to waterbend. He learns how to waterbend. And by the end, he's a waterbender. Book 1 is water. In this show, I'm going to assume season 1 is basically like book 1. Because in a way it is. It literally is. But he doesn't learn waterbending. He doesn't learn waterbending at all. And that just is kind of stupid. Because how... Why did they do that? Why did they have him learn waterbending? And they kind of just make it where they focus on Katara just getting better and better at waterbending instead of having Aang learn it. Oh wait, hold on. Let me shut my door. But yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, they just focus on Aang. They just literally just focus on Aang not learning waterbending and have Katara learn waterbending. What else? most I don't like, and if you saw, you can basically tell by like the trailers because they show him in the trailers. I don't like that they show Fire Lord Ozai so many times. Like it's not like I just don't like that. They don't keep the mystery of Fire Lord Ozai at all. They kind of just like show him at every step, and it's like in the original show they don't show him, they build up to him, but in the original show they don't show him at all until like season 3, but in the TV show I guess they decided to take from the movie, which is to show Fire Lord Ozai at every turn possible. And yeah, we know what he looks like, but you could have built up to him still. You didn't have to show him, but he's like literally in like the advertisement, and then you see him training Azula, like you see him training Zuko, like he's in mostly like a lot of things. You see him going to meetings, and it's just like we needed the build up. They didn't do a build up to that. Like he's just there. Like we see him at every turn. It's like really the best part about the show, I would definitely say, is Zuko and Iroh. Like Zuko, and they actually did the same thing. I actually come to think of it, I actually liked Zuko and Iroh in the movie, like the original movie. I actually like Zuko and Iroh. I feel like those two characters they always get right for some reason. Like those two characters must be like easy to get right because even though Zuko and Iroh in the Netflix show is better than the movie, but for some reason I like them there too, but they got them right here as well. I think they are like the best parts of this movie, and I'm not going to sleep on Zhao either. Zhao, the person playing Zhao, did a good job, and Zhao in the show was actually really good. The whole arc between Zuko, Iroh, and Zhao was just perfect. Like that was at one point Zuko felt like the main character. Like that was all perfect. Um, Another thing that I saw some people talking about was the effects. I actually thought the effects were really good. I saw some people saying the effects were bad or not as good. There are some moments that look a little iffy, but most of like the bending, especially like the water and the fire bending to me, look pretty good. It's mostly like the earth bending that looks a little iffy sometimes, and then like Aang airbending gets, especially when Aang is like, oh yeah, by the way, Aang can fly in this universe. Even yeah, he can fly without the glider. But yeah, some moments with Aang look a little weird. They look a little floaty. Like you can tell, like it's CGI. Like it looks like a video game, and his face looks really doesn't look fully rendered. Like it just looks bad. But yeah, other than that, I thought the effects look pretty good. Like Appa looks good. He looks really good. The Sky Bison looks amazing. I don't have any issues with stuff like that, the creatures or anything. But mostly, all of the effects were okay. Like I don't really have any major problems with that. I will say this though, I gotta address it. Sokka. Okay, Sokka in the movie was just awful. That was just terrible casting. Shyamalan, I don't know what he was doing with that casting. I don't know what he was doing with his direction, and the acting in that movie was just awful with Sokka and everyone else, mostly everyone else in that movie in general. But here, Sokka, he's not his. The actor is doing a great job. He's doing fine, but the way he is written, he just, or maybe he is a little bit of actor. It's just that maybe we shouldn't make live action adaptations of our favorite cartoons because clearly the live action can't live up to it. But Sokka's missing the sauce. Like he doesn't have the sauce that the show, like the cartoon, has. Like he's missing the sauce, and yeah, I get that. I get why they took out the whole sexist thing because, especially for the newcomers, they didn't want people to talk about it and make it seem like, why are you making sexist and make it a big issue? But for the people that are fans and the people that already know the character, would kind of they would you took away what fundamentally was Sokka's arc. and what made him a better character and what made him get all the ladies. Because now with Sokka, he kind of just, like with Zuko and the princess, they kind of just make him fall in love with them just because it happened in the show. Like, because he kissed them and did stuff with them in the show, they just do that. Like, there's no build up to it. There's no connections being built. It just happens because that's how it is in the show. Like, there's no actual interaction. He just makes googly eyes at Suko and the Suki and the princess, and then that's really it. Like, there's no build up to it, and then they just fall in love. And it's kind of like, you need that build up, and that's like with most of the stuff in the show, like majority of the stuff in the show. It's like there's really no build up to anything. They kind of just hit the beats because, oh, it happened in the cartoon, so you gotta show this, you gotta show that, you gotta do this, you gotta have Aang do that. And it's just like, you need the build up to these things, and some things can't get sped over. Some things need to be taken time with. Some things need to have like moments to like settle in and digest, but they just zoom past it. Like Zuko going to save Aang, that shit happens like so fast. I'm like, dang, he literally just escaped Zuko. Now he gets captured by Zuko again. Then the Zuko puts on I forgot the name of the outfit that he wears and what's it called, but he puts on the outfit, goes, saves Aang, and then he saves Aang, and then that's it. Like it's like so many beats just happen so fast. And I'm not a big fan of the show. Like, I'm not a diehard fan, but I did grow up watching the show, and this is in my top 10 list of like favorite cartoons ever. So it's kind of upsetting when certain things don't go how they're supposed to. And yes, I get that it is a remake. I get that, and you shouldn't just do a full-on carbon copy, but if you're going to remake something and make changes, the changes have to make sense, and the changes have to be like good. Because if they're not, then like with most remakes, you should have just left it alone and let the original just stand out in which it was already doing. So yeah, but for the most part, I don't think that no actors did it bad. I think they did fine. It's just the show is missing. I would just say the show, along with Sokka, is missing its sauce. The show is kind of speeding up too much. It speeds up too much. Yeah, the fact that Aang doesn't learn waterbending in this, so I'm assuming this would be book 1 once again. Yeah, he doesn't learn waterbending. It's just a lot of stuff just doesn't. It just doesn't mesh well. It doesn't. I don't think the show is terrible. I don't think it's terrible. Not at all. But I don't think the show is perfect or great. Hopefully, when season 2 comes, they can fix some of these problems or fix some of these mistakes, and then hopefully make it better in the long run for season 2. Because I'm still a little curious about how Toph is. I was a little Boomy in the show was okay, but a little kind of iffy on. I'm kind of curious on how Toph is going to be, especially with the whole Boomy thing with Boomy. Boomy's airbending was a little not airbending. His earthbending was a little iffy, but I'm kind of curious about how Toph is going to be handled. But yeah, if I was to rate this, let me see. Well, I gave the movie like a 2, like the 0 out of 10, but the show, I would give it like a 6. Like a 6 out of 10. I wouldn't go higher than a 7. I wouldn't go lower than a 5. For me, it would be like a 6 out of 10. It's a little above average at times, but it could be average. It could be like a 5, but mostly a 6 out of 10. I wouldn't. I would definitely, but I do recommend it. I do recommend people go see it and like watch it and form your own opinion, especially those that haven't watched Avatar before, and see what you think about it. And maybe it might spark your interest into actually going and learning about the lore and watching the original stuff. Or maybe this show makes you just hate Avatar altogether. And for the people that actually watched Avatar before, maybe you will be like most hardcore Avatar fans and just despise the show and turn it down and just call it trash, which is completely understandable because I'm with you. Like some of these remakes don't need to happen, and Avatar was one of them. But they remade it, so it's here, and I can see why some of the original creators left because of the choices that were being made when making this show. But it is what it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.